Some time ago, when I was still struggling to understand myself, to understand my purpose of living, my identity, I was struggling with a lot at the time. I was trying to actually understand, what am I doing here on earth? You know, the biggest question we all know, who am I? That was the biggest question I was asking myself then. I was so confused. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time tuning in, hello, welcome to this YouTube channel. I'm Nwachukwu Blessing. In this channel, we inspire your mind, break limiting beliefs, and overcome life challenges. Today's video, I'll be discussing something very important with us, and I would love to encourage you, please, to watch this video to the very end. You will be blessed. Do not forget to share to your friends, to your family members, to your loved ones, and thank you so much for doing that. Without further ado, sit back, relax, and I'll be right back. Some time ago, when I was still struggling to understand myself, to understand my purpose of living, my identity, I was struggling with a lot at the time. I was trying to actually understand, what am I doing here on earth? You know, the biggest question we all know, who am I? That was the biggest question I was asking myself then. I was so confused. And fortunately for me, I met with a purpose coach who took me through the journey of purpose discovery. And when I met this coach, he took his time to observe me for some time, and he was able to write down a list of my strengths on a paper. He called me. He said I should look at this list. I look at them. He wrote like 7 strengths, or I think 7 or 8 strengths on that paper. I looked at it and he said, these are your strengths. If you can be able to maximize and work on these things and work with these things, run with this strength, you will be able to understand who you really are. That was actually the first step of my purpose discovery journey. When he handed me over the list, I looked at this list every day. I pondered on it, trying to assimilate everything that he wrote down on that list. And this is why anytime I come in contact with people who are still struggling to discover themselves, I do the same for them. I try to tell them to look inward. They must hear something. You know, one thing with us today, we are carried away by the system of the world. The world is very noisy. And sometimes we are carried away by the noise around us. It makes it difficult for us to introspect, to hear our inner self. Our inner self is speaking, crying out loud, but we are not hearing because the noise of the world is hindering us from hearing what our inner man is saying. If you're still struggling with discovering yourself or discovering your purpose of living, I will drop this with you today. Look into yourself. Take yourself to a quiet place and introspect. Listen to your inner self. Listen to the cry of your inner self. What is it saying? It's saying something, and you need to listen. You need to understand what it is saying. What are your strengths? What are your strengths? Because what you're looking for is not far from you. It's within you. It's within you. You need to listen and understand your strength. Observe your strength. You need to know your strength and maximize them. This could be pointers of your purpose of living. This could be pointers of what God wants you to do here on earth. Do not let anyone deceive you. Do not be carried away by what is happening around you, because sometimes we young people, we look into what is happening in other people's life and trying to live other people's life instead of our own life. That is one thing that is affecting a lot of people today. Do not live other people's life, but live your own. Listen to your inner self and understand what it's saying about you. After my coach reviewed those things to me, it became a light bulb moment to me. It became a point of transformation to me. I started working on those strengths. I started walking and running with those strengths, and I started seeing improvement in my life, started seeing improvement in my journey and every aspect of me. And this is exactly the same thing I'll be telling you today. Look inside, listen, look inward. What do you see? What do you hear? What are your strengths? Most times, God uses people around us or human beings to point us towards the direction He is actually leading us. If you find it very difficult doing this on your own, I will advise you get a coach, or you get a mentor, or you get someone that is inclined in this aspect of self-discovery and purpose discovery, who will point you towards your purpose or point you towards what God is actually telling you to do here on earth. God uses people. God uses human beings to direct us. You can maximize that opportunity and discover who you really are. Alright guys, you're already coming to the end of this video, and I do really hope you were blessed by this shared video. If you're really blessed by this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Let us know what you think down the comment section below concerning this subject matter. What are your thoughts? What other means do you think people can discover who they really are? Feel free to put it down the comment section below, because someone might be blessed by what you have to say. And please subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so yet. Thank you so much for doing that. I still remember myself, Nwachukwu blessing, and I hope to talk to you soon in my next video.